absolutely glorious day to be alive. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, we're on a TRX, an Ignition Edition TRX. We're gonna jump right into how this thing looks because it looks so incredible with the Ignition orange paint. Before that though, something we gotta do. Before we go show you the outside of the TRX in a proper way, we have some important guests. Everybody, what's y'all's names? Marshall, Jacob, Justin. Howdy everybody. All right, if y'all want to check out the truck a little bit.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. If you want to rev it, go ahead, hop on in, give her a quick little rev. Nothing too crazy. Just give her a little pepper, all right? Just a little bit. Woo! Yes, sir. Done properly. That's what I'm talking about. Now give it a little bit, just a little bit. 702 horsepower, baby. Dodge knew what they were doing. That is what these cars and trucks are all about. Sharing them with the community, sharing them with future car enthusiasts. That's the beauty of this whole thing we do. We get to share cars. Anyway, now to the proper exterior of the TRX.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
There's no denying that the TRX looks so good. It looks killer. I love how wide it is, how big it is, and this orange paint, yeah, I dig it. But the looks are only a small part of the equation with this. This has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 with 702 horsepower, 650 pound-foot of torque. What does 702 horsepower feel like, you may ask? It feels like this. Oh my goodness. A vehicle this heavy should not be able to move that fast. That is insane. And the supercharger. So you know, last time we filmed the 05 Ford GT, which had an awesome supercharger whine. This though, I think this is better. All right, one more time. I mean, come on, just listen. One of the coolest features of this truck is this little button down here with the tree. The launch control, baby. So we're gonna push the launch button, apply brake pressure. Let's see what happens. Woo! Dang, I think I did it wrong. But 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds still. It's just freaking fast. It's supercharger. It's so intoxicating. All right, let's go sit inside somewhere. I got a place in mind. Talk about some specs about this thing that are important. I mean, come on. What better place to take a bright orange TRX than Whataburger? Before we go inside, the price of this truck, which is kind of a downside, $112,000. So yeah, this is incredibly expensive. Is it worth it? It's up for you to decide, but 702 horsepower, baby. The TRX is equipped with Bilstein Black Hawk E2 shock system, which gives it 11.8 inches of ground clearance, 14 inches of travel in the rear, and 13 in the front. On another note, the idle from the factory, top tier. Also, is it Bilstein or Bilstein? I don't know, you tell me. The infotainment center is super good. It's super intuitive. I have absolutely no complaints about this. It's a 12-inch screen, which is awesome. All in all, this truck is a really good place to be. It's very comfortable. I find myself struggling to keep it at the speed limit, not because it's so fast and has 700 plus horsepower, which doesn't help the cause, but because it's just smooth. It's smooth and comfortable. It's easy to go fast, which I'm worried about getting tickets. TRX also has a slew of different driving modes, which are right down here. So we've got the custom mode, mud, sand, rock, Baja, and sport mode, and tow mode. Oh, and snow, and auto, which is what we've been in most of the time. I've tried out auto and sport and can confirm they're both really, really good. The others, we don't get much snow here. It's currently 105 degrees, so that one's gonna have to wait for another time. Now, driving this thing normally, it feels just like any other truck. It is super, super easy to drive. It's super, super comfortable. But then when you put your foot down, you've got 702 horsepower. Makes me want to supercharge my truck. So the Ignition Edition, which is what this truck is, it's one of 875, which is part of the reason why it is so much more expensive. This Ignition Orange is also unique to the Ignition Edition trucks. Cruising on the highway, honestly, it's really, really good. It's surprisingly quiet. It's smooth. This thing cruises nice. The only downside is the gas mileage. I've averaged 8.5 over this review. Yeah. Now it's rated at 10 miles to the gallon city and 14 highway, so an average of 12. And that's what my truck gets. So we're not gonna be able to take this truck off-road today because it's not my truck and I don't want to mess anything up, which is okay because we can still take it on-road. Oh my goodness. This thing's a monster. This thing is absolutely insane. To the person who buys this truck, bravo. It is super hard to get over the sound of this thing because it is just pure America. Let's go. All right, one little rev just for freedom's sake. Oh, I need a TRX, guys. So the experience of driving the TRX, it's very interesting because it's a truck, and let me tell you, it's a big truck. This feels big compared to my truck, which it is a lot bigger. Everybody looks at you, especially in this incredible orange. The kids love it. It's a heck of a thing to drive just because it's surreal how fast it can be for something this big. Now this one is, like you saw, just over 112,000, but you can get a TRX for mid-80s used. So I was looking at a Raptor earlier, window sticker was a little over 80 for a Gen 3 Raptor. Now obviously that doesn't have a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, but it is the direct competitor to this. And this just, it sounds so good. So at the price range, at $112,000, what are we looking at for competitors? So obviously there's the Raptor, which is a lot cheaper. You have the Shelby F-150s, which are, it's kind of a different realm. It's not as off-roady, but those have 750 horsepower. You have the Shelby Baja Raptor, which is so sick. Nowhere near 702 horsepower. You might argue though it's more capable off-road. It's a lot lighter, still tuned by Shelby, still super dope. That's it. As far as off-road behemoth trucks go, that's where the list ends. Now when the Raptor R comes out, it's going to be super interesting to see how they compare and what the price is going to be on the R, because these are going to be, this is going to be close. It's going to be so cool to see that go down. I'm not going to lie, I was very skeptical about the infotainment center. Usually I'm not one for big screens. I think it's a truck. I don't know, it hasn't made sense to me, but it does. And here it really does make sense. This big screen is, I mean, it's just awesome. If you remember, when we filmed the Mach-E a while back, my biggest complaint about the car was that it didn't have a soul, basically. It was such a good car, but there was just nothing that, it didn't have a soul. It didn't have an engine, which is the big thing. With the TRX, it doesn't really have that problem. because the supercharger is just so good. It's so good. I cannot get over how amazing the supercharger makes you feel. I feel like Steve McQueen right now. I'm ready to go absolutely tear up some dirt roads and embarrass sedans at the stoplight. This thing is, it's just an incredible truck. I'm having a really hard time critiquing this truck because it is just so good. I haven't found something in this truck that I really haven't liked yet. It's all around just been everything you would expect a $112,000 702 horsepower 650 pound-foot of torque truck to be. It's just dang good. So now here's the $1 million question, or the $112,000 question, if you will. Versus a new Gen 3 Raptor, would I take the TRX or the Raptor if money were no issue? And I'm very, very conflicted on this. So the Raptor's a whole lot lighter. You know, it's an aluminum body. The engine in the Raptor weighs so much less than this behemoth of an engine. But the supercharger, man. The supercharger. On the current Raptor configuration, where we're at still with the 3.5 EcoBoost, I think I'd have to take the Ram. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'd have to go with the Ram. That being said, I am extraordinarily excited for the Raptor R to come out with the 5.2 liter supercharged V8. It's going to be incredible. From what I've heard, it should be faster than the TRX, given it's still going to be a lot lighter. It's a whole liter less, but it should have like 760 horsepower, which is incredible. So if you're getting one and you want to let me drive it, I'll give you a nice high five. So some other things about the TRX. Obviously, this does have locking axles, as you'd expect. It's got trailer steering to help you when backing up a trailer. I don't think you'll be towing very much in this thing, but it's definitely got the power for it. And it's got a full panoramic sunroof, which is really nice. I do enjoy it. However, when it's like 109 or whatever outside, it's hot. That sunroof gets hot. After having the TRX for basically a full day, I am pleasantly surprised by this truck. I knew it was going to be really good. I knew it was a heck of a truck. You don't really understand how good it is until you're able to drive one. And I gotta say, the Ignition Edition TRX has to be one of the coolest trucks ever built. That orange paint is just incredible. Honestly, I could start this thing up all day. It's so good. So I think the most accurate description, God, the supercharger, that I can find of what it feels like to drive this thing. It makes me want to put on some Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, I don't know, AC/DC, and go do car stuff with my car friends.
I want to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
That's how it makes you feel. Our time with the TRX is it's coming to an end, unfortunately. I don't want to give this truck up. It's just, it's too good. It's too good. This thing is so good. If you have a TRX, prepare yourself, because you won't be passing one of these. Now, this does bring up the question, does the TRX get 93 or does it get just like 87? I've been putting 93 in just to be on the safe side because I don't know. I feel like it should get 93 though. Well, just like that, our time with the good old TRX is done. What an incredible truck. And huge thank you to Triple Crown Ford for letting me borrow this for the day. Y'all some real ones. Oh, if you want this, just link down below. I gotta say, I am properly tuckered out. What an insane day it's been. We went to the dealer to try to film a Gen 3 Raptor, which had sold, so we ended up with the Ignition Edition TRX. Like, how could the day get any better? If you liked the video, give it a big old thumbs up. I really hope I earned your subscription today. Always remember, keep it classy, go do something to make yourself better today, and just like that, I'll catch y'all really soon in the next one. Sitting at a red light in a Ram. Yeah.